Chelsea moved back to fourth in the Premier League after a 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge over West Ham United. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be looking at the game. We're going to be talking about some individual players in what was a much needed win for Chelsea as they move back in the UEFA Champions League places. So if you are new around here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to join the Mango community. But let's not beat around the bush here. That wasn't pleasant to watch. That was quite an ugly win for Chelsea, and Chelsea do win ugly in what was a much needed 3 points, because that's only 2 wins in their last 8 Premier League games. Chelsea weren't great. West Ham weren't great either. But Chelsea weren't great, especially in that first half. Chelsea started extremely slowly. West Ham deservingly 1-0 up at halftime. I thought they came to Chelsea with a game plan: sit back, defend well, hit Chelsea on the break using Bowen's pace, Mohamed Kudus' progressive dribbling ability. And that's what West Ham looked to do. And Chelsea in the first half were moving the ball too slowly. They were passive in and out of possession, crossing the ball into emptiness. And that's just another sign that Chelsea are crying out for a box presence, somebody that's got that instinctive nature inside the penalty box. And Chelsea lack creativity. They look out of ideas, bereft of confidence. In the first half, Chelsea looked like they couldn't string 2 passes together. And there was moments in the first half where West Ham could have been through on goal. When you think about that free kick Levi Colwill got from Mohamed Kudus when Jarrod Bowen was one-on-one with his defender, I think that set the tone and give Chelsea defenders a nervous feeling. And then Levi Colwill makes that mistake. I don't mind players making a mistake, especially Levi Colwill, because I feel sorry for him this season, actually, because he's been playing with a different centre-back almost every other game. And it's incredibly hard to build that connection, find that continuity, understand each other's games and roles a lot better. So I do feel sorry for him a little bit, but everyone makes mistakes in life. There will be moments where players miskick a ball and things happen throughout a 90 minutes. I don't mind it when the intention's right. And I don't think the intention was the right decision for Levi Colwill. He tried to make a suicide pass with his right foot. Didn't happen for him. West Ham broke through on goal. Jarrod Bowen puts them 1-0 up. And Chelsea have got a hill to climb. Not trying to get at Levi Colwill, but you just can't defend when players make bad decisions. And I've said this a lot about Chelsea. Chelsea are shooting themselves in the foot at times, because when Chelsea concede, every time it seems to be from a bad decision, whether that be Levi Colwill stepping out of his line against Manchester City, or Robert Sanchez just caught in no man's land against Manchester City, and then things like this against West Ham. Luckily, it didn't cost Chelsea any 3 points. I think that was the tale of the first half, where nothing much happened and the first half was decided on a mistake. But I thought Cole Palmer, what I don't enjoy about when Chelsea aren't on it, Cole Palmer coming so deep to receive the ball. Now he's doing this out of frustration. He wants to be the man and make things happen. That's not a criticism of the guy. I just think he's far better in that final third, because that's where he's most impactful. And the quality Cole Palmer's got, when he's not in that final third, or when he's not receiving the ball in that final third, takes away a lot of quality from Chelsea's overall presence in that final third. And then Chelsea go in at the break 1-0 down, and Enzo Maresca kept the same 11. I actually thought there's probably 1 or 2 changes he probably could have made, but he gave them an extra 5 minutes. And I want to give Enzo Maresca a lot of credit for the second half, because he changed the game. There was game changers he made, and he was brave in his decisions, because instead of keeping Nicholas Jackson on, he probably said them at half-time, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't show me more, you're going to come off. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what we've been crying out for from Enzo Maresca. Be more brave in your decision making. That's what he was excellent at the start of the season. He's come away from it and we've struggled to win games. Coincidentally, he does it again and we'll win a game of football. So Enzo Maresca does need a lot of credit for his vision to change the game. And what he done was, I think it was the 51st or 52nd minute, he made 2 substitutions. Marc Guéhi came on and Pedro Neto came on, and they both changed the game. Let's start with Marc Guéhi. He did everything Nicholas Jackson didn't do. He was pressing aggressively. He was running off the ball. He was moving into channels. That opened up space in the final third for Chelsea to be more creative, be more decisive on the ball. And I always say this, when you come against low blocks, it's not about what the striker does in possession. It's about what he does out of possession. You can impact the game out of possession just by quality of movement. The willingness for Mark Gahey to run the channels was moving West Ham's defenders out of their natural position. It was destroying their shape, and that allowed Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto more space to receive the ball. Not only that, Mark Gahey offers that box presence. You could see West Ham were doubling up on Mark Gahey. Yes, he might be incredibly raw in the box, but he's got that presence. He's got that instinctiveness to put a chance away. Yes, he didn't get on the score sheet today, but I'm telling you what, if he works like that for the next 3 games, he'll get on the score sheet. I just thought it was a brilliant, impactful performance from Mark Gahey. And for me, I actually wouldn't mind him starting the game. So let's just hope that injury wasn't too bad. But let's move on to Pedro Neto, because I thought he infused some energy into the team as well. He lifted the game, lifted the atmosphere in the stadium, and it changed the direction of the game. Once Neto and Mark Gahey came on, there was an uplift in everybody's performance, and the game only looked like going one way, and that was Chelsea's way. He was dynamic in possession. He was trying to get in behind out of possession. He was being a danger man in that final third, and he was running at his man. He was trying to beat his man, and he was trying to spark some creativity in that final third. Everything we were lacking in that first half, Pedro Neto and Mark Gahey brought in that second half. And that's why the course and the direction of the game changed. And do you know what I liked about it? Do you know what I liked about Pedro Neto today? His attitude. He had a fuck you attitude with him. He wanted to prove everybody wrong, and I thought that aggression he had in his game was just too much for West Ham to handle. And he was just being overly aggressive, but channeled aggression, if that makes sense. So he just sparked that bit of life, and Enzo Fernandez was looking much sharper once everybody came on. I thought Tosin had a really good game. I know that's random to shout out, but I was just thinking it in my head, and I thought he was quality again today. But I often say, hard work, you earn your own luck. And I thought Pedro Neto earned his goal today, because sometimes you earn your luck in football, and Chelsea certainly did that in that second half with Cole Palmer, with Pedro Neto. That's a game that we'll have to talk about Nicholas Jackson once again. Another poor performance, lack of energy, intensity, and quality in possession. For me, when it comes to Nicholas Jackson, it's not about scoring every game. Don't expect I want him to score every game, but I don't expect him to score every game. I think he's lost what he was doing at the first half of the season. It's about how you can impact the game and improve the players around you. That's what Mark Gahey did today. Nicholas Jackson didn't have any of that. This could be out of frustration, but wanting to impress so much, he's overthinking everything. And I think that's what he's doing. He's not moving as sharply, as dynamic, as decisive as he was in the first half of the season. I think he needs to go back to his basics. Don't worry about scoring. If you just do your job, the goals will come. And because he's overthinking everything, his touch is off, he's making the wrong decisions with his distribution. But what I think Nicholas Jackson needs to learn, anticipating in the box. We were putting cross into the penalty area today. He was nowhere to be seen. He wasn't gambling at the front post. He wasn't trying to get in front of his man. And that's the thing I'd be coaching into Nicholas Jackson. Can you be in the right place at the right time? A lot of good strikers earn their luck just from being in the right place at the right time, anticipating where the ball's going to go. Nicholas Jackson doesn't do that. Far too static today, inside the box and outside the box. And that impacted Chelsea, especially when you come against low blocks. You need to work. You need to move off the ball. Even if you don't receive the ball, if you make a run in the channel, that will open up space for somebody else to receive the ball. So everybody has to play the part in improving their teammates. And another 2 players I want to touch upon before we speak about Cole Palmer is Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. I know this transfer window has been incredibly frustrating because you want to recall one of your midfielders on loan to give these 2 coverage, but I thought these 2 had a lot of energy today, especially Enzo Fernandez. Both of them were energetic with an excellent performance. Enzo looked fit, healthy. He was making tackles, interceptions, blocks. He was trying to get in the box, being a box crasher. He was being progressive in his distribution. And that's what I liked about him. The 2 of them covered a lot of ground. Moises Caicedo, because a performance like that from Moises Caicedo is so normal, we don't give it the credit it deserves. Because he's doing it week in, week out, we kind of forget just how good and impactful he is to everything about Chelsea. He was being his usual self, covering a lot of ground, anticipating, breaking up the opposition attacks, but he's got quality in possession. Doesn't overdo it, just makes that 5-yard pass if he needs to and allows other players to shine. Moses Caicedo is probably my favourite player in this Chelsea team because he's so important at everything Chelsea do, whether that be defensively or attacking wise. Now, I want to talk about Cole Palmer, and I want to talk about the bad and the good of Cole Palmer. Now, I'm not saying the bad because he had a bad performance, because I don't think he did. But what I'm seeing from Cole Palmer, and this is identified in his heat map, is that he's dropping far too deep to influence the game. And he's doing this out of frustration because he wants to make things happen, that he's receiving the ball in deeper areas where he should be receiving in the final third, and that's where he punishes the opposition. Cole Palmer is one of the best players at ghosting into half spaces with impeccable timing and making a difference in the final third. That's where he was getting most of his success in the first half of the season. He stopped doing that slightly now, but in the second half he did, and there was one reason why: Marc Guéhi. So in the second half he was far more impactful. He was using the space that Marc Guéhi was creating to receive the ball, and that's where he was punishing West Ham. And in that second half, West Ham were doubling up on him, and that was freeing up other teammates. So he was causing West Ham all sorts of problems in that second half. But what I like about him is his willingness to take risks. You earn your own look in football. I keep on battering this drum, and he earned and deserved his goal today. He was far better in the second half, making the right decisions, being effective in transitions, and using half spaces to benefit his game. So moving forward, I would like to see a lot more from Cole Palmer, getting closer to the centre forward, whether that be Nicholas Jackson or Marc Guéhi, using that final third space to be your normal self. Because when Cole Palmer is his normal self, he can destroy any team. He's that good. But in that second half, it looked like Chelsea were playing 5 yards forward up the pitch. And in the first half, we were so deep defensively, we weren't aggressive off the ball. It was impacting our ability to create. And I thought that's the difference of the two halves. So if we can start building on that second half, I'm not saying it was perfect, but we got the job done, so it's difficult to criticize him in that second half. If we can build on that second half and have a performance like that, but better, because I know our levels are better for the entire 90 minutes, we can really kick on this season and earn our UCL place. But look, I want to know your thoughts. What did you make of that game? I thought Tosin was good. I thought Levi was lacking confidence. He grew into the game in that second half. But I thought Chelsea just about found enough cutting edge to win that game. So I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you made of that game. And will Chelsea qualify for UEFA Champions League this season? Let me know in the comments below. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Up the Chelsea.